Hi, folks. Welcome to We Be Fishing, the spin-off viewable podcast version of B&T Catfishing Adventure. Today, folks, we've got a great episode. We've got something very, very special for you today. We're going to have Mr. Zach Jennings on. We're going to be talking about bass fishing. Yep, not wearing my usual hat today. We're going to be talking about bass fishing today and music. Mr. Zach Jennings is a musician, plays in a band, plays music out there. I've been watching him. He is fantastic, whether he's playing for you in his living room or you're catching him somewhere on stage. You're going to love his music. But anyway, stick around. We're going to welcome now Mr. Zach Jennings to the show. Well, hey, Zach, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to be here. Glad to be here, part of it. So
we appreciate you coming on for us. A little short notice, folks. I'd only asked him this a couple of days ago if he would be willing to do this, and he said sure. Now, we had talked about it in the past, but we had no setup date or anything like that. So me coming up to him and saying, hey, can you do it in a day and a half or 2 days, whatever? And he was gracious enough to be able to do it. Zach, I wanted to I'm in your honor today because what we're talking about. I wore this hat today. Okay, it's not my usual signature hat. I'm wearing the bass hat today. So,
yeah, I still got the sticker that you gave me actually on the bass sticker. It's on my guitar case now. So.
It's on the guitar case again. And again, folks, Zach Jennings is a friend of mine. We've known each other for about 5 years now or so, maybe a little longer now. And
a while now.
And he is one of the musicians in my hometown area that I know. We have a lot of talented people in that area and surrounding areas. Zach Jennings is one of them. And I'm going to, this is a podcast, but it's a video podcast version. So it allows me to do stuff like this. We're going to pop up Zach's logo right here. And folks, you see the logo has little hooks on it. Zach, you combine your love of fishing, right, and your music right there on that logo, right?
Yeah, that was really the idea. That was like as soon as I was thinking about it, I was trying to figure out a way to implement it. And of course, my last name's Jennings, so it's just natural J is already fish hook right there. So
right.
I just had to figure out how to do the Z, and I was like, I finally figured it out. I just messed around with it long enough till I was able to create it.
That's a little barb thing in there and everything, and it's perfect. I really like it. Well, Zach, a lot of our people know that I started out fishing like most people, bluegill fishing and so on and so forth. And it evolved to where I went from there and I went into bass fishing. And for a long time in my life, predominantly, that's what I did. I was a hardcore, serious bass fishing dude, right? And it almost was like there's no other fish out there other than a bass, and that's what I fished for a long time, many years before I have now switched over and started catfishing basically. So, what got we all have different reasons or different people that influence us to do things or time periods in our life and stuff. What got you into fishing and especially bass fishing?
Well, fishing wise in general was my dad. I think I probably caught my first fish when I was probably 3, at least something like that. And that was when I was actually, I think, Diamond Lake, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And but it was my dad starting off, and then my brother too. Me and my brother Wes. We fished a lot. He's the one that got me into the bass fishing because Wes was really into the bass fishing. He's never one. He didn't like the catfish aspect of it as much. He kind of liked to be able to move around, do stuff, and then he also don't like to eat fish. Like he's not a big fish. Like I love fish. I can eat fish all day, but he never was. So like me and my dad would go and catfish and take them home, skin them up, like all that, like most of the time we actually used to go to like Livia. I know down Livia, they used to do it all for you. It was kind of cool. And I actually learned how to do it myself now. I can do it all myself now, but my brother, he was always more of the bass fisherman. He kind of taught me the basics of it. We just kind of went around and he caught a pretty nice bass over at Rough River, but that's kind of what got me into it though from that, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that's where it started though, and it just I kind of took it upon myself to learn the more details. You know, I went from just
Yeah.
being a basic fisherman, where just the basic bass fishing, where you just cast it out slow reel, to now I'm doing the cadences type of stuff. You know, doing the whole 9 yards, trying to learn the different baits for different types of year, different weather and all that. Like
Because right
different,
now, we're airing this show in December, and there's still people out there fishing year round. I mean, the patterns and stuff obviously for bass change just like for catfish do, and you have to definitely alter how you fish throughout the
different.
year, right? And the different temperatures and so on and so forth. You might have to use different baits and different techniques on how to do that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's really the big thing. Like this time of year, it's super slow. Like
Well, you mentioned, you know, even eating fish and stuff like that. I guess you do that from time to time. I got to tell you, this place smells like fish right now because for lunch, preparing for today's show, I had a little bitty meal here, and it was
yep.
some of the fake crab meat and some shrimp here. So that was my meal today. So it smells like a bait shop or something around here right now. But now, do you prefer when fishing the spinning reel or a bait caster reel? Which do you prefer of those?
Well, if you asked me this question a year ago, it would have been spinning reel.
Yeah,
But now that I've learned the baitcaster, it's 100% baitcaster.
yeah, okay, yeah, and it can make a difference for sure. You got the big hosses in there, where you're throwing the big heavy baits and things like that. Yeah, that bait caster is a dream. But I know
Yeah,
usually, or at least for me, and I used a spinning reel a lot when I was bass fishing because I was like trying to finesse fish a lot, right? And so that would be the lighter rigs and stuff like that was what I was using, or the jigs and so on and so forth. And but yeah, I guess you've got a couple of each at least, and you know different baits. A lot of times I've found work better for a particular type of reel. You know,
actually, I got them both right here next to me because I have one of each. This is my two main ones. I have a spinning combo and I have of course, a baitcaster.
right?
Both are from Lose. I love Lose. I don't
Okay.
know.
Loose products have really turned on in the last several years out there. People have really bought that gear up and talked it up, and it's you know a lot of people actually really really love that brand, you know.
I'm definitely one of them. I've I just got this. This is my first baitcaster right here. It's the Hack Attack and from Lose, and it's
Okay, there you
I
go.
mean it's an absolute,
Right,
yeah, great,
nice.
great.
Well,
So
what are some of
you know
your favorite
not
things throughout the? I mean, we know we have to change things up and the way we fish and things throughout the year, and depending whether it's spawn or not, or whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's raining, whether it's cloudy. All these things. Moss covered, waters and so on and so forth. Or lily pads or grass. We got to change things up. We know this, but
oh yeah.
primarily, what are like some of your favorite type of baits? Buzz baits, spinner baits, crank baits. I mean, worms, plastics. What do you prefer to fish with mostly?
I actually got it right here too. I had it was prepared. So
Oh, there.
um, so it's actually the crawl.
Okay.
This one in particular, this color in particular, it's Alabama crawl from Guggen Baits. I have a empty bag. I've already used almost all of them right now. So
Okay.
I've been tearing them up, but
Good bait.
put up there the camera so y'all can see them. But it's
Right.
probably backwards. But
Gotcha. Awesome.
yeah,
All right.
the Alabama crawl. It's called Alabama crawl though from them, and it's put it this way, I've fished it from spawn season all the way till right up till pretty much winter time,
Right.
and it's
Now, is that
like every time
craw-
I cast it, it's catching bass.
that's kind of a crawfish type color? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think that's the reason why because
Okay.
it's got like that reddish
Okay.
brown belly that has like a top green. So
Okay.
it just like
Great. So yeah, and the
Yeah,
crawfish
one,
really change
was one
colors
main.
through the season themselves and stuff, and that's got a little bit of that darkness or the greenish color, and then it's got the red color, so it's got it all going on right
Yeah,
there for that bait. So yeah, I can definitely see where you could be running that thing, like you said, prior to the spawn after, all the way up to the cold weather. I mean, I definitely can see how you would be able to do that. Now, what's your number two favorite bait out there? Do you have a second favorite on your list?
I got my Mach 1 here. So this is the Mach 1 with my spinning reel I use right here.
All right.
But, just a worm though is one of my other favorites to use. I love popping the worm usually on the bottom there.
Now, is that green? Sometimes the light and stuff inside, what color is your worm on that one?
So it's kind of like I'm trying to remember exact the color of it, but I usually go for like a strawberry. This is actually kind of reddish for you. I know it looks green on here, but
Yeah, it does.
it's got the sparkles inside. But it's really actually more like it's like a pinkish purple is really what the color actually is with like, this one just has
Yeah.
like blue, green sparkles pretty much all through it.
Now, I knew a guy who
That's
used
really
to
the
love
color, but
to have it was more of a black, but it may have had some sparkles and glitter in it, and purple. Now he found these out one time years and years ago out on the market, and they had a black worm with a purple tail, and he tore
yeah,
your ass up with it. And the big thing is having confidence in the bait that you're using. Now he
oh,
later couldn't find them, so what he would do is he would buy black worms and he would buy the purple little curly tail and
melt
what
them
he
together.
did, and he would cut it off, the black tail off, and then cut that one off, and then actually melt them together to create that bait that he loves so much. And he was able to do it. But I mean, so you do what you've got to do, uh, to get that out there. Well, listen, Zach, we don't want to tie you up all day. However, uh, I've told everybody we might have something a little special for them today, and would like to see if we can get you to play one of your songs for us, if
Yeah,
possible. And an original would be great. That would be fantastic. If you've got one lined up, we'd love to hear it.
yeah, I can do that for you. So
All right, perfect.
So cheers to those memories. Cheers all to you. Cheers to what's left of me after what you put me through. It's an empty pillow laying in our bed. Can't sleep without you, so tomorrow's ready. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Got these thoughts running around. The bottle's down at 2, so down and then I'll booze just stringing home. Not the one to do this, but tonight I don't care. I guess I should've knew, but how more than a few just stringing home. Just stringing on you, yeah. Stringing on you. So let me raise my glass high. Heard you found a new man. I also heard y'all were talking well before you left. So here's a toast. You're cheating hard. I hope you're happy. You got me drinking in the dark. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Got these thoughts running around. The bottle's down at 2. So down and down on booze, just stringing on. Not the one to do this, but tonight I don't care. I guess I should've knew. I'm more than a few, just stringing on. Just stringing on you. Yeah, stringing on you.
Oh, wow. Well, Zach, thank you so much, man. We appreciate that treat of that song. That was fantastic, man. And again, I appreciate it. Again, folks, I'm so privileged to have so many friends that are so talented. They're an inspiration to me because many of you know that I do a lot of the music for our shows and so on and so forth. And these guys encourage me and push me just by them putting out their own music. Listen, if you'd like to check out Zach's music page, we are going to have that in the comments section. And you've got Zach Jennings Music right there on Facebook. So you can check out that link to get a hold of Zach if you want to just check out his page. Maybe give him a like on the page. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. And if you want some contact information, they can message you through there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, through Facebook. Also, like I said, TikTok, Instagram, pretty much YouTube as well. So
He's
YouTube as
everywhere,
well.
folks. Look him up, Mr. Zach Jennings. And if you'd like to have him or some band music or whatever, come to one of your parties, wedding, your bar mitzvah, whatever you're doing, and you want some music there, you can contact Mr. Zach Jennings, talk to him about that, and maybe get him out there to play at your next event. Zach, man, I appreciate, again, on the short notice, man, I appreciate you coming on the show of We Be Fishing and joining us here today and just sitting back and talking about some fishing and fun. And we appreciate the music, man. Thank you so much again for coming on.
I appreciate you. Yeah, it was a good time, and like I said, yeah, we'll keep on going, and hopefully we'll do some more collaboration like this soon too with some actual fishing soon. So
there you go. Love it. You take care.
Same to you, brother.
Wow, that was so much fun and great to sit back and listen to Zach play some music. He is fantastic, folks, and he's got several awesome songs. He does do cover songs of whatever. Fantastic voice, very, very strong, up-and-coming young man, looking for some big and good things out of him in the future. But talking about bass fishing takes me back to a day when I did that. Nowadays, many of us see bass as just bait, but bass fishing can be a blast, just like bluegill or any other fishing you do. Just getting out and being on the water and having fun, or sitting there on that bank and relaxing and casting out a line, and there's nothing else like it, folks. Hey, we thank y'all for being here. We appreciate you spending some time with us today. And again, to our special guest, Mr. Zach Jennings, we appreciate him being on the show. You guys, we'll see you next time right back here at We Be Fishing. Y'all, take care.